And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Chapter 7, Lesson 8, Finding a Number when a fraction of it is known. Let's first take a look at our homework assignment from the previous day. Go ahead and pause, take a look at your answers, come on back when you're ready. Please bring me some questions. I love questions, you guys know that. Hey, let's focus on where we've been, what we're doing today, and where we're heading. You know, in the past, we found a part of a number. We found 2/5 of 85. Now we're going to change things up a bit. We're going to find the whole or original number when a fraction of it is known. So if I change the wording slightly, let's find the number if 2/5 of that number totals $85. What would that original number be? Now, sooner or later, you're going to use this skill all sorts of times. You're going to use it when shopping. You're going to use it for percentage problems, proportional reasoning. If the sale price is $625, let's say that sale price is 45% of the original price. What would that original price be, etc., etc.? So this is where we've been, where we are now, and where we are going. Pause. Come on back when you're ready. So I want you, if you have a moment, press pause, head to page 200, and think about these questions. Let's go. All right, what's the sale price of the beginner skateboard? If you take a look at the top of page 200, you find the beginner skateboard. Sale price is a lovely $27. Notice that is on sale. Next question, the sale price of the beginner skateboard is what fraction of the regular price? Take a look briefly at what you see at the top of page 100. It says pay 3/4 of that price. So let's put that all together in one big sentence. 3/4 of some regular price, let's call that R, is equal to $27. I'm going to rewrite that in equation form. And now I'm going to kind of push you into some number sense a little bit here before we get into the algebra step. I want you to think about that. Here's what we know. Split the price up into 4 parts, and we know 3/4 of that. We know that 3/4 of that is $27. Now, what could we do to figure out how much goes in here, and in here? You guessed it. We are going to split it up. So I want you to imagine splitting that 27 up 3 times. Here's what we got. We have 3/4 of some number is equal to 27. What we're going to do is we're going to split that number up 3 times. And once we figure out what each of those parts are, guess what? We're going to know that last part. So we're going to take all 4 of those pieces. Some of you already know where this is heading. As you can see, 3/4 and 4/3 are multiplicative inverses. Now, why does that work with the bar diagram, folks? If we split 27 up 3 times, we would get 9, which means the extra piece that was taken off is 9, which means naturally that the regular price is 36. Don't believe me? Check out the algebra. 4/4 cancels out, 3/3 cancels out. All that you are left with is one whole regular price. Meanwhile, we'll put a 1 under the 27. Cross reduce if possible, and 9 wholes times 4 wholes would be $36. So I wanted to show you visually what we're doing before we head straight into algebra. To get rid of any quantity, we're going to split it up into the numerator and then take 4 parts, that's the denominator. In other words, multiply both sides by the multiplicative inverse, and the bar diagram showed you why. All right, a few quick examples here. We have 1/4 of some number equaling 3. We'd like to know what the entire number is, so what we're going to do is we're going to multiply both sides. Hey, if we have a part of it, let's take 4 of those. Naturally then, 4/4 cancels out. We end up with a single n is equal to 3 wholes times 4 wholes, or 12. Example number 2, we have 2/3 of something is equal to 5. We're going to go ahead now and multiply. We're going to split 5 up into 2 parts and then take 3 of them. In other words, multiply by the multiplicative inverse of 2 over 3, which is 3 over 2. That way, 3/3 cross cancels, 2/2 cross cancels, leaving us with 1n is equaling. Now, this is a good answer, folks, but it's not a great answer. A much better way of writing that would be 7 and 1/2. It is possible, folks, to have not just one bar diagram. Here we have 5/2 of something, which is 8. So we're going to have to split it up into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 parts. So what we're going to do is we're going to take 5/2 of something. We're going to split it up into 5 parts. But then to find the whole, we only need 2 of those parts. The multiplicative inverse of 5/2 is 2/5. Algebraically, naturally, all that cancels out, leaving us with a single n. 1 whole n is equal to 16/5 is a good answer. 3 and 1/5 is a great way to write it. So folks, that's what we have for today. Your assignment, page 201, numbers 6 through 30 evens, 31 to 38 all. Make sure you're checking your odd answers in the back of the book. Meanwhile, the even answers I will give to you tomorrow. Excuse me, I suppose that would be next week. Remember, please, that we will not have school on Monday, so I will see all of you on Tuesday, either in person or on a Google Meet. Just to let you know where we're heading, I probably should have shown this at the beginning of the video. Today, chapter 7, lesson 8. We have one more lesson on Tuesday before we have an end of chapter quiz. Now it's got to be on Kami because I have to give everybody, whether you're at home or in school, some feedback. That way you can ask me some questions on the following Thursday, and Friday of next week we will wrap up chapter 7 with our test. So work hard, be ready, and let's grow.